going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Game Changers Podcast. Here with DJ, Bossman J, Nick Madden TV, and Mayor Socrates. Today we're going to be getting into NBA trade talk, Giannis, Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, and a few others that are on the table, man. So I think we're going to kick it off with Giannis. I think he's the biggest name right now, and he had a couple of interesting things the other night with his injury, quote unquote, and basically saying he's ready to get up out of Milwaukee. So, what's y'all opinion on that? And what y'all think?
Well, Giannis had been my fault, but Giannis had been saying that he wanted all the European players to go to big market teams. You know, that was one thing he specifically talked about with Jokic, Luka, and himself all being in big market teams, and he had already requested a trade to New York Knicks, so he want to be in the big city basically to probably grow his brand, you know, to become a superstar, because you're not gonna do that in Milwaukee. But that's kind of what it is. He's just trying to get to the money.
We'll take him in New York, but you leave your brother where he at. We don't want him. And his trade,
he definitely bringing his brother. He definitely bringing his brother.
That's a part of his trade package.
Wherever he go.
Which I think is kind of stupid though, because you're gonna talk your way out of money, so because you want your brother to be with you, but your brother is trash, bro. Nobody wants him, and you at this point in your career where
his brother used to play for the Knicks.
Yeah, but he gonna get to a point in his career where your talent ain't gonna matter no more because you ain't gonna be that good. So that bringing your brother with you shit ain't gonna work. I wouldn't mind having him in New York, but I definitely don't waste the bench space and cap space for his brother. Like that's stupid.
Yeah, but I don't think New York's ownership, they're not really gonna be on the side of. They're just not on the side of the players in the past. So I don't know how much Giannis will get up out of the Knicks in a trade. But you know, I wouldn't say necessarily it'd be a bad spot. I don't know if they would keep Cat in that situation. But
Cat gotta go.
Yeah, Cat
gotta go with that.
So but yeah, that'll be interesting.
But New York is meant for the playoffs.
And I mean, we've had conversations outside of the show, and a lot of people feel, you know, Giannis is very ball dominant. I mean, most people feel that he's ball dominant. If you watch him play, and he wants the ball, he needs the ball. He's not going to be able to play with too many other really ball dominant. He needs pass first guards or guards that are willing to space the floor.
Yeah, he got to be the number one on the team.
Yeah,
I think that's just with what he's been put with.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be like that in New York, because you got JB over there. We got a lot of players over there that can ball. So you ain't finna come over there and just take over.
I definitely feel he fits with Jalen Brunson for sure. I definitely feel.
See, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier. A player like Jalen Brunson, it'll work well with him because he's a guard, and Jalen Brunson can also pass. But Giannis can't play with another solid power forward or another solid small forward, because it's because they're gonna need to do what they gotta do. But he could play with a good point guard that can also pass.
Okay, so okay, let's go back to their championship. Let's dissect that team.
Yeah, see, that team was perfect because Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday, he's like a very like an old school kind of point guard. He could score, he could pass, he played real good defense. So he did all the little things, and that what made Giannis games, excel into that part. But like Dame Lillard, like he was hurt, but when they was playing together, they was playing real good together. It just, he just wasn't healthy.
And other people on that team, I feel they did what they needed to do while playing with him. They didn't feel like they were gonna overtake the game or anything. Giannis was the main character. He was the star, and nobody kind of over. Everybody played their part in to win that championship. So that's basically the same type of formula he's going to have to go look for if he wants to win a ring. You know, he's not going to be able to really be, you know what? I will be honest. He might need to go to like a Miami Heat. Miami Heat may work. They might be able to put the same type of formula down for him in Miami. But I heard some commentators say, before that, people who go to Miami, most of the time their stock drops when they go because they're never the same when they leave Miami. So I don't know if that may be the best destination for him, but a team where he can basically be the king. That's probably where Giannis need to be at.
Come on to New York, and we'll find somewhere for your brother to go. If you want him,
he'll look good in New York. Yeah,
we want you.
I can see that.
You want your brother with you that bad, man? We'll buy a house for him, but he can't play. He can be on the practice squad, but he ain't holding up no bench spot. But I wouldn't mind seeing Giannis in New York. I like Cat, but for Giannis, I get rid of Cat.
But is he gonna get? But I mean, on paper, but Cat, he pretty much gonna be guaranteed for the whole year. Giannis, he kind of you never know.
What you mean guaranteed for the whole year? Like not getting injured?
Yeah, the Cat, pretty much he plays the whole year. For the most part, Giannis really don't.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't know.
Cause Giannis, once he in, he in, but he'll get hurt in a second.
And we bring up? We don't want Giannis. Giannis like slapping motherfuckers. You ain't gonna get away with that shit in New York.
But also, can we bring up the fact that Giannis being a hypocrite by now trying to get to the big market team when he was the one who, after winning the championship, saying that he didn't want to click up with anybody. He wanted to start to come meet him in Milwaukee.
Oh, they all say that shit.
Yeah, until he realized when nobody finna come out there.
Yeah, they all say that shit.
Who the fuck wants to live in Milwaukee?
Yeah, but I will say this, and I think this is where the talk people need to subside with the talk of people coming together. Yes, in the 80s and let's say the 90s, early 2000s, basically before the big three and the Celtics with KG, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett. This is when we started talking big threes and all of that. But if we want to be particular, if we actually want to look at the history of the NBA, go through all the championship teams, go through the Celtics teams of the 80s and the Lakers teams of the 80s, go through the 90s with the Bulls, go with the Houston teams that won when Jordan.
Them niggas had Hall of Famers on the bench.
Thank you.
Yeah, but those were drafted players. You can't say that because those players wasn't bought in for that reason.
Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that, Mayor Socrates.
That's the difference.
But I agree with that, Mayor Socrates. But what I'm gonna say is the talent level still has to be Hall of Fame close or Hall of Fame potential to win rings. No matter if they were traded there, they did something there, or they were drafted there, like let's say the Golden State teams were with Curry, it still has to be at a certain level in order for you to obtain a ring. Very few people who get rings do not have a roster of that year or whatever of just killers. Like, you have to have hoopers. You're not going to go in and get no rings, especially if you want to go back to back or do some. You're not about to do that without you having the best of the best. So with Giannis saying that, I think he was in the moment. It's easy to try to say that, and when you do it, you won your ring, you felt like you built the team. But at the end of the day, you still had to construct that team. You had to get Drew Holiday over there. You had to, make sure that you had the right people and pieces to win that ring. It just wasn't like, you just won it with a whole bunch of bums. Because, I mean, look, Allen Iverson, he took that Philadelphia team as far as he could. At the end of the day, the Laker team had way too much talent. They ended up doing what they had to do because they had the Hall of Fame talent that they had. So that's what just needs to be said, I think, in that argument. Hall of Fame and pure talent is what wins you championship rings. at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that, but like comparing the two though, it's not like, and I don't even say that Celtics team was a big three. All those guys were old and on their way out. Like when they put them together, I don't think.
See, we talked about that before. They were still in their prime though. They just was in the league for so long that they look old, but they really wasn't.
What's your prime then?
Well, I mean, we had this talk before. Your prime years in the NBA, they say your prime is 27 to 32. And at that time when they came together, it was 30, 31, 32. They aged.
So they wasn't in their prime then.
I mean, they were still in their prime. They was just like on the end of their prime.
Them boys
And then they played together. And then they played together. They played together for like 5-6 more years after that championship. It just they came
together that much longer. Then they maybe got 2 or 3 more years out of that team.
Yeah, it probably wasn't 6. Probably the most probably was 4. But still, it's like they was a big three. They was a big three though. It just they just wasn't like it just
team.
They just was in the NBA for so long, but they were still young in their years though.
From a Lakers perspective, do you trade LeBron trying to get Giannis?
No,
and his brother?
Hell no.
Man, get rid of
LeBron. Is not a tradable person. If LeBron James get traded, he will retire right then and there.
Yeah, he would.
That's disrespectful.
Well, he might well go ahead and retire because if I was the Lakers, I'd let his ass go. Him and Bronny can go.
I don't know. That nigga is the reason why his son there. He the reason why they got the coach that they got. That nigga is basically somewhat calling the shots there.
Yeah, he gonna retire later, unfortunately. Well, not for me because I'm a Knicks fan. I don't give a damn what he do.
I can't see him getting traded.
But Giannis and Luka, how that look? How did that even look on the court?
It'll look good because Luka is kind of like a LeBron James, so Luka gonna be able to get him the looks. He gonna be able to find him, and then Giannis can also take over too. So it'll be a good look, but it's just all about Giannis can stay healthy because he's known for always getting hurt.
And that I don't know. So both of them ball dominant. Maybe.
Yeah, it might work. I don't think it'll be too much of an issue, but I will say that
it'll take a year or two.
Yeah, they might have to get acclimated, and really what the Lakers got going on right now, do they really want to mess with that? I mean, with AR-15 and Luka, what they're doing, I mean,
the Lakers looking real good right now.
Yeah, you could say Giannis is the generational talent and all of this, and you could bring him to LA, and it being LA and the Lakers, even though they are under new ownership, it is not the Buss family anymore, even though I believe they may have still like 1% or something still tied to the Lakers, but I still think the ownership wants stars in LA because it's LA, and they want to bring the biggest names and the faces there if they can bring them there. So him going to LA, do I think it's like, yeah, he should be there? I think Golden State may even be a better landing with him and Curry maybe, but LA likes stars, and they built, and that's the way the Lakers have always been. They always had the big names, the big faces, and so him landing in LA, I wouldn't be surprised if he does end up going there.
So you mentioned Golden State. Golden State just got Jimmy Butler. They were one of the best teams at the end of the year last year after they got Jimmy Butler. You trade him and Jonathan Kuminga for Giannis?
Oh yeah, most definitely, because we already know Jimmy Butler loves to be in his diva era. It only takes a little bit for Jimmy Butler to get into his diva era in an organization. Once he gets fed up, he starts doing a lot of activities. We already know he can get overly emotional at certain times. If you can get Giannis and Antetokounmpo, get Jimmy Butler up out of there. Let him go. Let him go to where he needs. Get him out of there and bring in Giannis, who will, have the younger players want to rile around him and Curry. Oh yeah, way better energy if you get Giannis over there. I damn near think that's the trade to make, in my opinion, because
everybody.
And Curry can make another run, and Curry can make a run for a 5th ring
before he retires.
Oh,
but we keep saying bring in Giannis, but we keep forgetting his brother comes too. That's more money that you got to pay out.
Deal. He got a little contract. He ain't getting that much. He just along the ride.
That nigga, I don't care how big or how
he
small.
He probably get like a rookie contract.
That still goes against the fucking cap.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. But I think in Golden State's case, I think it's worth it because hey, Draymond's still out there hustling, doing what he got to do, screaming, beating everybody up. Curry's still hitting three. They just need another boost. And you see, they won their last ring once they got a little boost. They got their chemistry back together, and they got that last ring. If they bring in Giannis, they have a chance to do the same thing because Giannis can easily get implemented into that. And Draymond,
you know what? You right. I want to see Giannis over there because I want to see what Draymond run up on him in practice.
See him slapping the back of his head.
Draymond likes punching niggas and choking motherfuckers out, and Giannis likes slapping motherfuckers. So
nah, he ain't running up on Giannis. He ain't about to do none of that.
That's that Nigerian. He ain't taking that shit.
Yeah, he ain't running up on Giannis, man, at all. But I think definitely that's compatibility. We want to talk about compatibility. It's there because Curry's gonna move out the way for Giannis. Draymond's gonna move out the way for Giannis, and then Curry's gonna play within that. He gonna play within that. He got all the free range to shoot his threes, and Draymond's gonna be there to facilitate the ball and play defense. So you're
right. I agree. So I just don't want to see it happen.
So in my opinion, that's the best landing spot for Giannis is Golden State. That's my opinion right there. Right.
As far as on championship team, for a championship team, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Golden State. That's me though.
I mean, he can win a championship in New York now. Damn.
He could win a championship in LA too as well. But real quick, the other guys, what about Trae Young? What's a good spot for Trae Young? LaMelo Ball, Ja Morant.
Not the NBA.
Ja Morant, a real controversial figure. They talking about putting him with Miami. Miami might be too structured, too stiff for Ja. They like the military over there.
He's definitely not going to get along with Pat Riley. I mean, Pat Riley got horror stories of not getting along with Bron and all his other stars throughout his history in the NBA. I mean, that man's got, almost 50 years in the NBA?
But maybe that's what he needs. He needs some fucking structure. Look at
like how Larry Brown did with Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
They bumped heads a lot, but then once they came together, they was like a 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
So he might need that little, I don't know. But Ja, he's so far gone that that shit might not work for his ass.
No, that's exactly what he needs. He needs to be somewhere where there's more structure. I think he got too much leeway in Memphis. They gave him too much freedom to just roam and do what he want to do. And look at the shit that he get himself into. But it's hard to market him now because don't nobody know what they gonna get.
Yeah.
You don't know if you finna get this Ja when he first came in the league, quiet and explosive, or you don't know if you finna get this Ja when he made a name for himself in the league. He likes to carry around pow-pows and
no, Demetrius or Ja.
Yeah.
Totally different niggas.
So that's what makes it so hard to market him now because you let it get too far away from you to where now teams are gonna be hesitant because he unpredictable. You don't know what you get.
And you sure you want to put his daddy out there on South Beach?
I was just about to say you want to put those Morants in Miami.
He'll play in Memphis. He'll be even a bigger player in Miami.
Shit, the oldest YN you ever see.
Yeah. He be at the Memphis game like that's his arena.
Yeah. Him and Jim Jones, they in competition together.
I'd like to see Ja in New Orleans with the Pelicans with him and Zion Williamson.
Oh,
Because you know they grew up playing together and stuff. They was on the same AAU team together. Yeah, that'd be a good look.
Man, New Orleans would be worse than Memphis. Shit.
Well, any of you guys know, on the show that we saying outside of the show, I feel like Zion got 5 years tops, and he's out the NBA.
I don't think he got that many now.
He got 5 years top, and there ain't gonna be no more Zion Williamsons in the NBA. I love Zion. I thought he was gonna be a spectacular player like so many of us did, watching his highlights in high school and what he did in Duke. But he's just too injury prone, and I think Zion like BBWs and OnlyFans models more than he like hooping, and food more than he like hooping. I mean, he dropped the weight, so he looking cool on the weight side, but he just worried about ass more than he's worried about crashing the glass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he the type of ass though. Zion got problems.
Yeah, that nigga's a fucking addict.
I said it when he got drafted. He's gonna be another Greg Oden. he is not gonna make it. He ain't gonna be able to stay healthy. It's different in high school and college. But to get into the NBA where everybody is a lot stronger, a lot bigger, and a lot faster than what you're used to, that weight being that big and dominating ain't working no more. And I said when he first got drafted, I just didn't see a future for him, and a long future for him in the NBA. I just didn't see it. And that's exactly what it's been. This man ain't had a healthy season since he been there. Not only that, he like to party a lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
I mean, it's all good. It's all good, but it's just like he been kind of reckless. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You in the NBA, live that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is when you start to look like, oh, okay, you might like this more than you like hooping. I mean, he can't really stay healthy, and then he like certain things outside of the court more than he
live
like
that lifestyle, but protect yourself at the same time. Like,
yeah,
you gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, and he's just not healthy, man. He's not healthy enough to be on the court. So Ja going there, it'd be cool. I wouldn't think it'd be bad, but I don't know if he's gonna stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? I think him, Trae Young, they definitely do need to go to places where they feel like they're the front court can do something for them. You know what I'm saying? They can't just, you know what I mean? They need big guys that can, dominate, but they can pass the ball off to them, and they need a good mixture of their style of play. Him and Trae Young.
Where will be best for Trae Young?
Man, I don't.
Obviously, Atlanta ain't working for him no more.
There's a few teams I like to see him, man. I like to see him in Chicago.
Oh.
I like to see him in
Yeah.
He'd be good in Memphis too.
You think he'd be good in Memphis?
Yeah. I mean, of course not with Ja there, but yeah, he'll look good with them.
Ja can't say.
Chicago, Memphis. I like to see him.
Get him out there with the Spurs. Get him out there with.
Yep.
Wemby. I can see him fitting in San Antonio.
Man, that wouldn't even be fair, man.
Yeah,
that would be cheap.
What, Trae Young in San Antonio?
Oh, I thought you meant Wemby and Giannis.
Oh, hell
man.
no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they done. Yeah, Trae San Antonio,
Hell yeah, that'd be nice. But they had to give up De'Aaron Fox, though.
Oh, they could do that.
Cool.
Trae Young better than De'Aaron Fox.
Definitely. I don't think they'll mind.
Yeah, Trae Young got De'Aaron Fox.
Okay.
He's definitely a better shooter than bro. And I know
send him to San Antonio.
He's quicker though. Fox was one of the fastest players, if not the fastest player at one time in the NBA.
And then Fox lead the league in fourth quarter points. Like he clutch player.
Yeah, he's nice. Yeah. I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, he clutch, but you won't need to be clutch when you got Trae Young and on that team.
Yeah, because I mean, I was thinking to myself, last night I was watching the Dallas and Atlanta game, and I was like, man, Atlanta's never really had a for real star. Yeah, they had Dominique Wilkins, which he's like the face of the Atlanta Hawks for their whole franchise. But really, like Joe Johnson, Joe Smith, Josh Smith, I mean.
Yeah, they were real good, but they was no stars.
Yeah, like Atlanta's always been like mid tier, lower tier with their players. They never ever had like the best of the best guys. So Trae,
my bad.
Yeah, Trae Young probably the next one then.
Yeah, you talking about New York don't like to pay shit. Obviously, Atlanta don't like to pay.
Man,
they ain't never had nobody worth paying but Trae in the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah, outside only a few guys. So it's like, he got to get up out of there and find some, hopefully his agent can help him land a spot that he actually can, see himself at least maybe getting, somewhere in the playoffs. And I mean, I guess they got kind of far in the playoffs the last few years. Then they got what?
Yeah, I think he's been in Atlanta 2 years longer than he should have been. I feel like he should have left 2 years ago.
It's good that he's still.
They've been giving Trae Young. They've been giving him hints. Shit, they just drafted number 1 pick, another wing guard, big guard. They got Dyson Daniels already. They really already replaced him. They just paid Nikhil Walker-Alexander. Like they really trying to get rid of Trae now. Trae a little bit too small. He got to be with a defensive big, a lob threat big, to make him, efficient enough to even be on the court because he's too small.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He needs like a Giannis. He needs a
Giannis
that has that dominant presence to open up his skill set. Because Trae Young do got that skill set, the shiver, you know what I mean? The ice traded game, he got that skill set where he can turn into a Steph Curry. Like, he has his flashes, like, damn, is he, you know what I mean? Like, he has those kind of flashes. So, if he gets the right big man to acclimate his game, I mean, yeah.
He'll be hell. But you saying he'll fit anywhere, but can it work?
Yeah. Same thing to LaMelo Ball. I know that's probably the, even LaMelo the same way in my opinion. Like, he has that street ball style that the kids love. I think a lot of kids love the way he plays and stuff like that.
He got a star factor. Yeah, he got a star factor, but doesn't work.
Yeah, he got the pro package.
Yeah, he just needs
to
get.
He's just on the wrong team.
Because I mean, let's be honest. LaMelo Ball and Trae Young are in two organizations we know are just basically dead ends in the NBA. The Atlanta Hawks and the Charlotte Hornets. Like,
but Atlanta Hawks, but Trae Young, he's seen playoffs though.
Yeah, he's seen the playoffs.
LaMelo, not.
But we know Charlotte's always, outside of Muggsy Bogues and Larry Johnson
and Alonzo Mourning.
I mean, shit. The Hornets have been basically a dead-end organization in the NBA. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean?
And LaMelo coming from Cali, high profile, type of environment. Yeah. So to this, Charlotte,
you know what that means? Send his ass to the Clippers.
Yeah, that's not gonna work though because Harden's over there. All that he needs to go somewhere that maybe he can.
He's the first choice at God.
So let me see. First guard.
Send him to Dallas.
Yeah, I like him in Dallas. I like him there, but I mean, Dallas don't got nothing to lose right now with that shit that they did with Luka. So I mean,
what about when Kyrie Irving come back?
Yeah, Kyrie Irving going and send Kyrie out. I mean, they need to blow it up anyway. They need to redo the whole.
Yeah, they got to tear that whole.
That shit
down.
Yeah, that shit look cluster. That shit look like a goddamn. I don't know what the fuck over there.
You went and got AD, and then what?
Yeah, they got to blow that up. Put Kyrie back on the road. I know Kyrie probably tired of going, but hey, they might need to blow that up and start fresh
from Dallas.
LaMelo Ball, 23. Well, how old LaMelo? 23, 24?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I mean, you got to get the fresh. You got to get the fresh guys in there. You got to get the young guys in there. Kyrie's what, 34? 31, 33, 34.
Yeah, something like
So,
that.
you know what I'm saying? So you gotta move
But all
on. You
that,
gotta
but all them injuries is really like 38.
Yeah,
right.
Melo
So
24.
you got to get the young guys in there. You need to, and to me that'll be attractive in the draft. And you trying to get somebody. I don't know what their picks are looking like and all that right now, but you got to probably blow that up in Dallas. So I don't think that's a bad landing spot for LaMelo Ball, man.
For sure.
What about him in Houston?
Nah, they got too much going on there.
No, they already got.
Houston
They
what
already
they
got a team. Yeah, exactly. They got.
Mhm.
You'll keep Van Fleet over LaMelo Ball?
Probably not in the sense of healthiness and age, but Fred VanVleet is
With,
cold
with that
still.
team, yeah, he
Because
fits.
LaMelo Ball can pass very well too. He can score too, but he can also distribute the ball very well. So him playing with a
Well, that
Kevin
whole
Durant,
team pass well. All of them passing well. They all running that ball
Yeah,
motion
but
offense.
Fred ain't as ball dominant. Fred's gonna do what he got to do to win. You got to remember he's a championship. He's a championship guard with that Raptor team. So he knows what to do out there to win.
And he been hurt, so they really been operating without a point guard.
Yeah. So I just don't think LaMelo Ball fits because you out there with KD, bro. Like KD ain't gonna like the way some of the shit he does. I already know it. KD ain't gonna like some of the shit LaMelo needs to go somewhere they can.
He needs to be somewhere where he can be able to make mistakes and not get pulled out the game type shit.
Yeah,
but that's also saying shit. You might need to stay where the fuck you at then, because where else can you go? Ain't no other team just ain't got no veterans.
He got to go where they can fit the ball around. They can fit the game around LaMelo, where they can break the offense up and be like, okay, LaMelo is our key guy. What are we going to build around him? You got to build around him, bro. And then the players around him want to do what he's doing on the court. You can't implement him with like an older veteran and be like, yeah, this him. They're gonna be like, man, he out here doing this, he out here doing that. I don't want to play with him. So
Well, we can leave it right there for now. Y'all stay tuned to the Game Changers podcast, where we talk sports, music, politics, all current events, and everything in between. Stay tuned. Until next time. Peace.